Yo, what to do? Another episode coming at you, MC Me TV. You know, it's not the best scenery, but that's not what matters. Alright? This is gonna be the background, alright? Deal with it. Alright? Infinite Waters gets to sit in front of a bush for all of his videos, so I should be able to do this. Alright, what do I have to talk about today? Okay. It's a good video. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be insightful. It's gonna be insightful, and it's gonna bring you. It's gonna be worth something. A lot of people, seriously, I'm not even just trying to like act like a lot of people reach out to me, but really a lot of people have been reaching out to me about just how I do what I do, how I'm doing what I'm doing, how am I traveling the world, and I've had these questions since I went to Hawaii, and it's so wild because like at one point I was the same. I was the same before I went to Hawaii. I was like, you know, even when I was going to Hawaii, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm going all the way to Hawaii. Oh my God, how do I get on the plane? It was the first time I flew alone. It's like, how do I get on the plane, the airport, looking all this stuff up, and like, at the end of the day, when it comes to traveling, it's so... The audacity of this plane right now! I told the pilot to call off all flights until this video was over. Anyway, God, how rude. Anyway, it's so easy, yo. I mean, literally, what you're watching me on right now, what you are watching me on right now, you can do everything. You can get a flight. You can find a room at hostelworld.com. You can do everything. You can find a job. You can set everything up. You can find information on everything. With what you're watching me on right now, I'm a little winded because I just got done doing some push-ups. But yeah. So it's like, before I went to Hawaii, like a lot of people, they see what I'm... Well, that's always great when you talk for 4 minutes and the camera cuts out. You gotta laugh at it though, you gotta laugh. First world problems. So anyway, I don't really know exactly how the whole... When I went to Hawaii, I thought to myself, like, oh my God, this is crazy, I'm going to Hawaii, and most of it was just because other people made it seem like it was such a wild thing. Other people made it seem like, whoa, you're going to, like, what, like, that's insane, like, and in reality, like, I stepped on the plane. You know, you don't have to do much when you travel. Everything's pretty much done for you. Like, on an airplane, you don't have to fly it. You just sit your ass down. You just sit on it. The pilot does the rest. You just get on the plane and sit down. It's really nothing to it. But anyway, you know, before I knew it, I mean, it was like, you know, 15 hours later, boom, I'm there. I'm staring at the beach, you know, I'm there. And that trip specifically taught me just how easy you can do things. You can travel. You can, you know, it's so easy. Once again, man, my video's all cut up now, so I don't know what I said in the other video, but what you're watching me on right now, whether it's a computer or a phone, you can do everything. You can schedule a flight. You can go to hostelworld.com and get a hostel. You can get... Look, it's this easy. It's literally this easy, no matter which country you want to go to, right? Any country. Like, I'm about to be going to Malaysia, right? Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur is the city. I fly into Kuala Lumpur, right? So you get your flight. Okay, done. The flight is booked. You fly in. You make sure you get the flight, you know, sometime early in the day. You don't get there at like midnight, you know. That's kind of obvious, but you know, that's like one little thing that you to avoid. Get there at like, you know, 5 at the latest or whatever. So I'm gonna get there. I already have a hostel that I know of, and there's already taxis that are waiting for you at every airport. So you get off the flight, okay? You go to the taxi driver. Even if they don't speak English, you just show them on the map. They take you to the hostel. And nowadays, hostels all over the world have English-speaking people. Like, it's almost too much to the point where it doesn't even feel like you're in another country. You're just around more Americans. So, I mean, that's what happened in Bangkok. It happens everywhere. I landed in Bangkok, grabbed my bike, showed the taxi driver, where I was at. Within 30 minutes, I was at the hostel, took my bike out, paid him it was like $15, and I was there. And there was like 5 people there that spoke, no, like everyone there spoke perfect English. So it's not as hard. Maybe back in the day when there wasn't phones and things like that, then yeah, traveling could have been I couldn't even imagine doing it without a phone. But with a phone, it's so easy. Get an external power source, and you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You really can't. Even if there's no internet, or even if there's no signal, you could just go to an internet cafe. You can go to McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere. Go to McDonald's, get Wi-Fi, figure out where you need to go, and go. It's really that simple nowadays. You book a flight, you find a hostel, look at the reviews, get a good hostel, and you get the taxi right when you land, or you can use Uber depending on where you're at. But I would just, get the taxi. There's always taxis at every airport. Show them even if they don't speak English, just show them on the map. Have a map already. Take a screenshot of it, right, and just have it so even if you don't have service, you'll have that screenshot. And you're good. You show them that, and before you know it, boom, you're at the hostel. It's that easy. And then once you're at the hostel, people, even me, I was like, how am I gonna meet people? Where, and all that. It's so easy, yo. Most countries have, when I went to Panama, for example, there was really only 5 places in Panama that most people went to, 5 or 6 major places that everyone goes to. You start in the city, then you go to David, then you go to Bocas del Toro, then you might go into Costa Rica or whatever. It's super simple, and you realize that everybody's pretty much following the same route. You'll be in a giant country and you'll be running into the same people over and over, because that's just how it is, because every country has major places. Like in Thailand, you got Bangkok, you got Chiang Mai, and you got Phuket, and you got Chiang Rai. And those are the big major places that everybody goes to, you know what I mean? So I just want to maybe inspire you, or just open up your mind to realize how simple it is. It's very, very simple to go traveling, no matter whether it be in the United States. If you're traveling in the United States, I mean, Jesus, that's so simple. But even outside of the United States, English is the number 1 second language of everywhere. Even here in Thailand, I mean, it's definitely good to know the language, and I've been learning, but you could get by without knowing any language. You could easily get by without knowing any language. But yeah, it's really that simple. So break down the whole video, no matter where you want to go, as long as it's obviously if you go to freaking, Antarctica, it's going to be different. But if you go to almost any country has a major city, right? Almost any country has a major city. So fly into that major city. Have your, do some research on which hostel you want to do. If you want, you can call them ahead of time. That's what I do, just to make sure, call them ahead of time and get a feel for if they're gonna answer your questions or not. If they're really if they're on the phone and they're yeah, okay, yeah, I gotta go, bye, and then it's okay, I'm not gonna go to that hostel. But if they give me a little bit of their time, then that's what I did for Kuala Lumpur, where I'm going next. I called and asked about biking, and I was like, can I bring my bike or whatever? And the guy was super nice. He told me, yeah, you can bring your bike, but you're not going to want to bike here and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, this is the hostel I'm going to go to, because this guy is already helping me, So it's that simple. So let's lay it out. First, you figure out where you want to go, which is, you can go anywhere. Everywhere, you can go anywhere. Just go somewhere with good weather. First, figure out where you want to go. Second, book a flight, okay? I'm going to make a whole video on how to get the cheapest flights, okay? I'm getting a flight from here to Kuala Lumpur for $50, yo. $50. That's obscene. $50. But anyway, find out where you want to go. Do that. Do a little bit of research on the area. What are the major spots? Watch some YouTube videos. It's all there for you. Second, book a flight. Third, figure out which hostel you want to go to, right? Okay. And from there, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to know, really. And then look up Look up maybe weather. Look up the peak seasons too. Look up the peak seasons. You want to go during the peak seasons. That's the next thing, because if you it's gonna be cheaper if you don't. But like like for Chiang Mai, for example, I'm here during the peak season. If I was here 3 months ago, it would be the raining season. You know, you go during the peak season because that's when the weather is the best. That's when the most people are there. So just look up wherever you're going. Look up the peak season. All right, go during the peak season, and book the flight. Go to Hostel World. You don't have to like book. You just book one night at Hostel World, and then once you're there, if you really like it, you can pay again. You don't have to book like 4 days or anything like that. I did that mistake. I thought like, well, I want to make sure I have it for 4 days, but it's like, there's hostels everywhere. Like you'll have somewhere to stay. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Book the flight, get the hostel, and before you know it, you will be at the hostel with a bunch of English-speaking people, and then from there, you can ask all the questions you have. Where are you guys going? What are you gonna do? Where have you been? What do you recommend? Like, once you get to the hostel, there's always gonna be people that can help you. If not the actual staff at the hostel will help you, and if not the staff, then all the people there, most likely they've already been there for a couple weeks. They can tell you what to do. All right, so it's really, it's super simple. It's super simple, but we make it out. The only people that told me that oh, you're going to Thailand, that's crazy, or you're going to Panama, that's insane. The only people that would tell me that were people that like never traveled. You know what I mean? People that never traveled. All the people that actually traveled were the ones that were like, oh, that's awesome, you're gonna have so much fun, because they know it's that simple. So this video is pretty long, but anyways, hope you enjoyed it. I hope I inspired you. And if you have an intuition, if your intuition is telling you to go somewhere, please go, because I promise you, you can't go wrong following your intuition. You can't. Even if you do go wrong, at least you can say you followed your intuition. All right, another episode in the books. MC Me TV coming at you from Chiang Mai. Peace.